folks, my name's Savannah and you're watching Nerdy Cat 96. So, I'm going to be reviewing the Netflix original movie To All the Boys I Loved Before. So, I just wanted to show off my outfit really quickly. I tried to replicate Lara Jean's outfit that she wore on her first day of junior year with like the shorts and the gray t-shirt and the like plaid flannel shirt on top. And I'm so excited because usually, as with like the Darkest Minds movie, which I still haven't seen, I am like never one of those people who gets to see things like right when they come out. Like I never go to premieres or anything. I think just out of laziness or forgetfulness. But this one I did remember that it was coming out on August 17th, and so I was like up very late into the night on August 16th, and I kept checking Netflix. It was like 3 in the morning and it was still just saying like play trailer. I kept reopening Netflix until it finally let me play the movie. So that was really exciting. I got to watch it like pretty much right when it came out on Netflix. And that was so exciting because I read the whole series and the whole series was amazing. And I was just so happy to be a part of all of like the hype for it, and the movie was fabulous. I mean, honestly, I was so happy with the movie. Definitely did not disappoint me at all. So, alright, let's talk about it a little bit. If you weren't aware, for whatever reason, the movie is based on the book To All the Boys I've Loved Before by Jenny Han. And this is actually a contemporary series. Definitely the only contemporary series that I know of. There are probably more other ones, but it's the only one that I know. And it includes the books P.S. I Still Love You, also, and Always and Forever, Lara Jean. I'm very happy with the fact that they chose to put it on Netflix. I think Netflix is a just streaming movies in general, like, it's a fantastic platform to use to put movies out there, because me personally, I don't like to leave my house. I like to stream movies at home alone, and yeah, watch movies by myself. So, I thought very good choice to put it on Netflix, that made the likelihood of me watching it, like, soon after it came out much higher than putting it in the movie theater. I think that streaming is becoming like a very big thing. So it was just very exciting to be able to watch it from the comfort of my own home by myself. Wow. I feel like I sound like a very sad and lonely person, but I'm not. I just like to be alone a lot of the time. So the main character, Lara Jean, was played by Lana Condor. And she did just an amazing job. She was the perfect Lara Jean, so I was very happy with that casting decision. Peter Kavinsky was played by Noah Centineo, who you might know from The Fosters. He was Jake T. Austin's like replacement for Jesus, and he was the perfect Peter Kavinsky. He was like, yeah, he was great. On Twitter, I saw a lot of people tweeting saying that they wanted their own Peter Kavinsky, which, I mean, I guess I understand, but I definitely don't want my own Peter Kavinsky, because I have a Matthew Knežin II, and I think he's, like, way better than any possible book boyfriend, but that's just my own opinion, and there's only one of him, and I already have him, so. My other favorite casting decision for this movie was John Corbett, who played Lara Jean's dad, Dr. Covey. So you might know him from Parenthood, but he is the ex-husband of Sarah. Or you might know him as the dad and husband from the United States of Tara, which is a show that I really liked. So he was great. I always love him. He's always a fantastic dad. Overall, very happy with all of the casting. The movie was great. So if you haven't seen the movie, you should definitely go watch it. It was filmed kind of like a John Hughes movie. He made the movie is like 16 Candles, I think The Breakfast Club, and Pretty in Pink. But it was filmed like an 80s movie. And it was just great. I love 80s movies, and I loved the way that it was filmed. Everything was just perfect. So yeah, if you haven't seen the movie, or if you haven't read the book, I definitely suggest reading the book before you see the movie, but at least watch the movie before you watch the rest of this video. I don't want you to be spoiled. Definitely check it out. It's on Netflix. We start off the movie, and Margot is leaving for college. Margot is Lara Jean's older sister, which you should know because you should have read the movie. She was kind of Lara Jean's closest friend going through high school and growing up. She only really has one other friend named Chris, who, as we see in the movie, is absent, at least during lunch. She likes to go sneak off campus and get food from other places besides the cafeteria. So there was the scene where Lara Jean walks into the cafeteria and is just kind of standing, looking around, not really sure where to sit. And I just definitely felt that. There have been a few times in my own school experiences, especially in middle school and then transitioning into high school. In middle school, I had my closest friend that I would always sit with. She moved away at the end of 7th grade, so in 8th grade, I definitely had that whole, oh, snap, where am I gonna sit feeling. It was very, awkward and uncomfortable, and I just felt, very alone, and so, yes, that scene was, so relatable, and I loved it. Obviously, anytime you have a book-to-movie adaptation, there are always going to be changes. There has to be cuts, or else you have, an 8-hour movie, and no one has the patience for that generally. And a lot of times the changes that the directors and writers will make during that process kind of ruin the movie or just take away from stuff that happens. But I was very, very, very happy with the ways in which the movie was changed. The only thing that I think I would have had them put in was the kiss between Peter and Lara Jean. The kiss between Josh and Lara Jean. Because I think that is something that was kind of important. In the movie, Lara Jean's oh, I couldn't do that to Margot, and so the kiss never happens. But I think in the book, that's something that Lara Jean really struggled with. Was the fact that she did kiss Josh, and because she was in love with him, and that's something that she felt really guilty about. So I felt like that probably should have been included. But other than that, I think all of the other changes were great. I thought it was funny that Kitty went and sent out the letters as a way to kind of force Lara Jean to put herself out there a little bit, rather than as kind of a revenge. I don't even remember what Lara Jean did to Kitty in the book that made her so angry that she went and sent out all of her letters, but I was definitely okay with that change. I thought it was really funny. I thought the flashback scenes were all really cute, particularly the one with Lucas. That one was really funny. She's like, I like your ascot. And he's like, well, actually, it's a cravat. Is it a cravat? Cravat? But I definitely liked that he was a presence in her life as someone who was kind of helping her through this very embarrassing thing of having all of your love letters sent out to people that you were in love with at different times in your life. I don't remember her jumping out of the window in the book when Josh came to the door to talk to her about her love letter that she sent to him. I know that part was in the trailer too. I just thought it was really funny, that she just rolled off of her roof and fell onto the ground. and she just said, like, ow a couple times. Like, for me, I felt like, would she not have broken, like, some bones? That seems like a very dangerous thing to do. But anyway, the part where she was helping Kitty bake cupcakes for the bake sale, and her sister was like, you should have done brownies. Those are way easier. And then Peter comes over, and he's like, you need to do something that you can cut into squares, like brownies. It's like, I wonder how many other kids bring in brownies. Like, you can't just have a whole bake sale full of brownies. But I did think that was funny that everyone was like, just do brownies. They're easier. When Lara Jean and Peter go to that party, and, like, Jen and her one friend is there, and they ask her to, like, come sit with them and talk about Peter, and she's just, like, naming, like, have you done this? Have you done this? All of, like, the letters and the sexual references, and Lara Jean's just like, what? I was right there, because, like, half of those just went over my head, which I think is funny, because I'm married. I have experiences, but I still, like, I was just, like, lost at all of the P and the H and the T and C and all the letters that they were using. But I thought it was really funny, because I feel like that is something that I also, like, even if they were using full words, when I was in high school, I was very, like, naive. I did not understand a lot of the references that they would have made regarding, like, sexual experience and stuff like that. So, I thought that was funny and very relatable also. I love that Peter drinks kombucha. I, like, just tried that for the first time a couple of weeks ago. I definitely relate to Lara Jean in the way that she was, like, afraid of love being real. I was the same way, very much into, I mean, I didn't read, like, romance novels. I read, like, Twilight and stuff. I would always crush really hard on guys and never tell them. On the rare occasion that someone that I did like a lot let me know that they liked me back, all of a sudden I was like, whoa, okay, this is too real. And I would get scared, and I would, like, push them away and, like, not talk to them anymore. So I very, very much related to Lara Jean in that way. When Lara Jean and Chris were, like, under the bleachers, and Peter and Jen were on top of the bleachers talking, Jen's like, you don't even have time for me anymore. Like, you freaking broke up with him. Obviously he doesn't have time. Like, why should he make time for you? Jen is just, like, a very self-centered brat. And I know that she has, like, some stuff that she is dealing with. Like, in the book, you learn a little bit more about that. In the movie, you definitely don't learn any real big reason for why she's like that. You learn one reason that she's kind of a brat to Lara Jean is because during Spin the Bottle in 7th grade, Lara Jean kissed Peter, who Jen really liked at the time, but it didn't seem to affect Jen and Peter's relationship, so I feel like it's still pretty childish for Jen to just be hanging on to that. I love the part where Chris is talking to Lara Jean's dad about, like, why he became a gynecologist. I thought that was so funny. And then, of course, we have the scene which was in the trailer also, the scene where Dr. Covey gives Lara Jean this, like, giant manila folder full of condoms, which is obviously going to be very awkward for any parent and child to go through. Dr. Covey was a lot more, like, chill about it than I feel most dads, especially most single dads, would be. Obviously, from the perspective of a gynecologist, that is understandable, but it was really funny and really well done. I definitely really just absolutely loved Lara Jean's dad in the movie. I thought that he did a great job. I don't remember him giving her condoms in the book. I remember in either the second or the third book, he gave her dental dams, which is highly more disturbing. I love that they kept the part about Kitty saving all of Lara Jean, or the love letters that Peter gave to Lara Jean. I thought that was a very cute part in the books, and I'm really glad that it made it into the movie. Obviously, the letters that Peter was writing to Lara Jean were really sweet. It was very obvious that Peter was starting to have feelings for Lara Jean much earlier than Lara Jean realized. I almost forgot to talk about Jenny Han's cameo in the homecoming dance that Lara Jean and Lucas danced at together. That was great. She was one of the chaperones. I freaking love when authors cameo in their movies. I really like that we opened up in a field in like Lara Jean's like romance novel fantasy that she was having, where she was like walking to Josh. And then at the end, we end in the lacrosse field. This is very full circle. We started in a field in kind of fake romance, and we ended in a field really in love. The contract line was really funny. I don't know. I feel like it was in the book, but just Lara Jean being like, wait, what are the rules? If this is real, like, what are the rules? And then finally, we have John Ambrose showing up at the end with his little letter and a bouquet of flowers ringing the doorbell, which is great because I feel like it opens the door for sequels. So hopefully there will be 2 more Netflix original movies based on the 2 sequels to All the Boys I Loved Before. So I just hope that they follow through because that would be so much fun. Those are all of my thoughts on the To All the Boys I Loved Before movie. If you want to follow me on Twitter, my username is @nerdycat1996. If you want to check out my Goodreads, I will leave the link in the description. I did get an Instagram. If you want to follow my Instagram, it is @nerdycat96, just like the YouTube channel. I make videos every Wednesday. Thank you so much for watching this video. My name's Savannah, and hopefully the cats and I will see you next week. Goodbye!